Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen. I'm the Restless Thrifter and I'm a reseller on eBay, Poshmark, Depop, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, and Etsy. All of them, all of those. I have 12 sales to pack up. It is Monday, May 25th. These 12 sales are from a whole week, actually 9 days. 8 days. 8 days of sales. While I was on vacation, I had my eBay store open, but with delayed shipping, with the message and everything. And then I closed all the others, or I thought I did, but I didn't quite make it. And so I did make some sales before I turned things on vacation mode, and I just communicated with those people. And then I turned things on a couple of days before I got back. I was on a cruise with, I was one of the gray hairs. Had a great time. Went with my aunt, Leanna, who's given me several of these things that sold. She's got an amazing eye for beautiful things. Clothing, decorations, that kind of stuff. And she thrifts and garage sales, and she's grown quite the collection over the years. All right, so we're going to start with whatever I pull off the top, and it happens to be this dress sitting right here. That belonged to my Aunt Leanna. I feel like she's a guest star on this show. She is the star. Let's get this one. This one is a Poshmark order of a silk dress. Gorgeous. If it wasn't missing some beads and have some snags, I would have listed it for higher. I listed it for $35. I got an offer for $29 and I took it. I used AI. Oh, my apologies. To create a really pretty mother of the bride style photo. This would make a great dress for dancing too, because it like swirls out. My title was Vintage Size 10 Formal Midi Dress Silk Beaded Sequin Wedding Mother of the Bride. And if I'm talking weird and making weird faces, it's because I got this wire poking me. I broke 2.5 brackets. And I have a wire sticking out and poking me, and I don't think they're open today, so. Anyway, I was just eating with abandon. Okay, so we're gonna pack this up. It's already packed up. I used paper towels. You don't need fancy tissue paper. Probably cheaper to use tissue paper than towels, but to separate the dress beads so they're not. All right, so I've got that in there. I'm gonna use some, I just had it. Oh, here it is. Some padded mailers to further pad the inside of the box. I like to use these as packing material instead of reusing to ship, because they end up looking a little messy when I try to reuse them, so that's what I'm doing. All right, this sold on Poshmark. I could put in a, I'm going to put it in a box, basically, is what I was going to say. Even though I could put it in one of my free poly mailers, and this is just an Amazon box, but the other ones are going to be too big. So I'm printing out the label. It's going to Pennsylvania. And let's get my fees and all that stuff here in a minute. We're going to tape it up. I get a lot of free boxes, Amazon and others, from family members or neighbors to use for shipping. I also buy boxes of certain sizes that I know are going to work best for things. And I will also, this label on the bottom, let me cross it out And then I'm going to put some stuff over it. Cross out all these things. Try to do better about checking the box for all the possible labels that could get, I mean, I've had some packages go missing as a result. I'm just going to put this whole thing over it. And a little one over that one. All right. Let's give you all the details. So if you're new to my channel, I will share with you what sold, how much I paid for it, usually at thrift stores. Sometimes I get things for free like this particular dress, and how much the buyer paid, how much fees were, all of that, and then I tell you the profit after all that comes out. I would love it if you are new, or if you just aren't subscribed. If you subscribe to my channel, I am trying to grow. I'm you know, slowly, but I enjoy doing this, but I would, you know, I'd like a few more subscribers. If you don't know, people on YouTube can get monetized. We make very little doing it. These us little guys who don't get very many views on our videos. I'm getting like less than 1,000 usually, and I have, do I even have 3,000 subscribers yet? I'm not sure. But it helps to compensate for the time that we put in with editing and everything. Editing is probably the biggest, but also I'm sitting here talking to you, so I am taking longer to ship. So my time, to some degree, and it just, you know, subscribing to people helps them make a couple pennies more, and it also, why is this still listed on Depop? Let me go connect to Depop. I use VENDOO, by the way, to cross-list everything, and I just haven't been logged into anything for a full week, so we are gonna, yeah, we're going to log into our account so that they can connect with VENDOO. So this one, I read the title, I told you about my AI model. I just thought it looked better to show how the skirt flares out. That was my main prompt. And I did ask for an older model because I think this is good for mother of the bride and or grandmother of the bride or something, and I just thought that would be a good selling point. Why does it show that I sold it twice? Oh, okay, because now things are picking up. Okay, now I see. So we're going to delete this one. We don't need 2 sales records. $29. I paid $0. Let's look at my marketplace fees. It's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, $6.18 for my fees. I'm sorry, I'm getting all my windows, all my ducks in a row. $6.18. Have you been on a cruise, and do you know about the ducks? This was new to me last time I went on a cruise, but people hide ducks around the ship, little ones usually, rubber duckies sometimes, and other people hunt them. We found some, we hid some. When we found them, we hid them because I don't need any ducks, but it was cute. It was exciting to find them. I made $22.82 on that dress. Thank you, Leanna. And formal dresses, guys. I had to go to a formal wedding earlier this year, and I'm like, I do not know what to wear. It was really hard to find things in the store, especially for plus size. This is not plus size, but it was really hard to find, and nobody wants to spend over $100 on a dress they may only wear once. And a formal dress is really just that, something you may only wear once. Next time a formal wedding comes around, are you going to be the same size? A lot of us women fluctuate too much to be counting on that. So I would really encourage formal dresses to pick those up and resell them, and just keep in mind with what's in style today. Next one happens to be the next one I pulled up in my email. It is a Bad Birdie golf size medium polo shirt floral True North Scottsdale Summer Preppy. True North Scottsdale. That is the golf club, country club there. That is embroidered on the shirt. Don't be afraid to sell those. People don't really mind, especially if it's a really nice golf course, you know. They're not going to mind that it had that. Usually it's here, sometimes it's here. This one had a fun, pretty print, and it sold on Mercari. My only Mercari sale of the day. I think I had a couple of Poshmark, but my only Mercari sale of the week. Sold for $22. My selling fee was $2.99. And Bad Birdie is, I think, a good brand for golf wear. I am not super familiar with the golf brands, but I have heard some tips when you're looking for golf polos. Look for that performance fabric, you know, the slippery one. It's all my husband wants to wear these days. And because it doesn't wrinkle. It's the biggest reason. And it feels better, you know, just more comfortable on the skin. Last sold, newest. There we go. And it's not just for active wear, really. It's for everyday use. I'm still looking for this dang shirt. What's going on? Bad Birdie. Bad Birdie. There it is. It's not in the solds. Mercari is still not delisting on VENDOO. So $22, $8.65. I paid up for this particular brand. I was told performance fabrics, prints are really good, especially novelty ones. Maybe flowers are not as good. I don't know. $2.99 for marketplace fees, $0 for shipping expenses. Putting this in. Hey, if he likes, or he or she likes flowered shirts, I guess they're gonna love a flowered poly mailer, because that's what I'm putting it in. Still making very few Mercari sales. It's still pretty easy to list over there, cross list through VENDOO. You just gotta make sure you delist when it sells, because it's not auto delisting. Auto sales detection, I think is what it's called. This is, for some reason, going out UPS. I think at the time it was the cheapest option. And then, because they were having like a sale, a special deal on Mercari. But now all my sales are listed as UPS, but it's not necessarily the cheapest option. So I should probably go through, but I'm not, because I don't have time for that. I don't have time for it. Not for the one sale a week for Mercari. And that's just the way it is. Open label. I still have not reported to Mercari when they charged me for shipping for the buyer. Like it said free shipping on the listing when I definitely didn't have free shipping. I haven't gone through that process, and I guess I don't know if I will. That's how they get you. All said and done, I made $10.36 on that shirt. It's iffy on whether I'd pick up Bad Birdie. How long did it take to sell? 3 months. Exactly where I want it to be, 3 months or less. Only $10, so probably will not pick up Bad Birdie again. I don't know. Did it have a good sell-through rate? Yeah, it had a pretty decent ASP and sell-through rate, so maybe it was the floral print that just wasn't as popular. Or maybe I accepted an offer that was too low and should have waited longer. The next one is this Land's End, I believe. It's either Land's End or LL Bean, and it is a tankini top. And this sold on eBay. All of the 12 sales, 7 were from eBay. This is going to North Carolina. North Carolina. And it's a Lands End size 14 double D tankini swim top, paisley, built-in bra, high neck swimwear. I think it's good to find these built-in bra ones, especially with the larger cup sizes like a double D. They don't sell for a whole lot, but they sell fairly quickly. This one sold in 2 months and we'll say 2.5 months. It was probably less than that. 2.5 months. And it sold for $19.96 plus shipping. That probably was my full asking price. We're going to put it in a 9x13 eBay poly mailer. I'm so itching to go thrifting again. One thing about going on a cruise is there's a lot of people watching and you can see what everyone's wearing. 9.5 ounces. I always round up to the next largest ounce, 10 ounces. Shipping cost is $6.37. I paid $6.47 for this. That's paying up a little bit. It is. And then what did they pay? This was promoted too. Several of my eBay sales were promoted. They paid with shipping $26.33, and I'm going to add my two fees together since it was promoted. $6.91 are my fees. And $6.58 is my profit. I don't know. I wanted to get some swimwear in my inventory, but that's not real impressive. Not super impressive. So far, the only swim brand I know to be a bolo right now is Somersault. But if you guys know other swimwear brands that are bolos, please let me know below. Bolo is be on the lookout. Basically, just something we would want to pick up to resell. That's what it means. Oh, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet. So we're going to do the sweatshirt. This was I shouldn't have picked it up. It had so many flaws, little holes that I did not see. Otherwise, it had a pretty interesting graphic, and that's why I picked it up, but too many holes. The brand is something I had not heard of. Linda Feingold, size large. A-holes live forever. Hoodie with a cat on it. I don't know. Something like that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. It'll sell. Everybody seemed to want it, but not for much money. And I didn't have it listed for much. $7.94 plus shipping is what they paid. But people kept sending me offers like $4. And I'm like, just buy it or not at that price. I've already listed it really low, even with the little holes. They were just tiny little snags, kind of. So I would not be getting this type of thing again. I paid $1.56. It was at the Denver Bins, the Goodwill outlet where you pay by the pound. Someone probably saw the holes and said no. And I didn't see the holes and said, yeah, sure. We're going to put this in an eBay 12x16. I get these through eBay, through using my shipping discount, my coupon that I can use toward shipping supplies. Weighs 1 pound, 7 ounces. Shipping says it will be $12. Yeah, $12. It's kind of pricey, isn't it? That's what it is. $12. And this one sold, also promoted. It sold with shipping. They paid $19.94. And my fees are $5.37. This is I would not pick up again. I made $1 Thank you for giving me my investment back as well and taking this off my hands. I probably would have donated it at some point if it hadn't sold, probably before the move. I don't know, but it took a while. I listed this back in August and it is May at the time of this. Where's the label? There it is. Going to Washington State. I have these two. This one is a top that I bought from Mama on a Mission on one of her Whatnot shows. I bought a couple tops for me, and because I had already have the shipping and everything covered, I decided to go ahead and buy some more things. This bag is a little torn. I don't know what's going on. To fill up my box and support her and her show and find some inventory to relist from her. So this was, I think, a new with tags, little tank top. The brand is called Buttons. I don't know anything about that brand. This is going to New York. Buttons. Button, size large tank top. Art Deco semi-sheer teal fairy feminine. It's really cute. It's lined. It's got this beading down it. That was one word I did not use. Could have used beaded. It is new with tags, and I think it's quite lovely. Great for summer. Very flowy. I had it listed for $24, and it sold through an offer of $17 plus shipping. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to put it in a padded mailer because the beads are kind of showing on the outside and I don't want them to get banged around. So I'm going to put it in this 8x11 padded mailer. It weighs 4.1, rounding up to 5, 8x11. Shipping is $6.44. And I paid $7.33. Seems like a lot, but that was my average cost of goods of all the things I bought in there. And, you know, that included the shipping and everything. So I just equally spread it out. I could have done it like, oh, the full cost was for the items I bought for myself. And then I just divided it. Because if I decide to sell the things that I bought for myself later, I want that same cost of goods in there. So what are marketplace fees? Let's look. I think this was also promoted. $5.57. And $23.44 is what they paid with shipping. So my profit is not that much. I gotta put a period in the fees. $5.57, $4.10. Whoa, guys, some low profits on these items. New York, going to New York. I think the low profits on most of these is due to my cost of goods being too high, but also taking low offers just to make some sales during vacation. I was just going to take what I was getting at that time. Really was. So this next one is a really beautiful 100% silk Chico's blazer jacket, cardigan, flowy, open top. Chico's. This is a Chico's size 2, large, collared cardigan, 100% silk, washable, jewel tones, luxe, artsy. It sold on Facebook Marketplace for $29 before I could put it on vacay mode. I thought I had it on vacay mode, to be honest. And I just communicated with them saying, hey, I am so sorry. that I'll be shipping late. And they said, fine. They said, no problem. I need to delist it from everywhere. So it's sold on Facebook Marketplace for $29. It's going to, I don't know where yet. It's going to generate the label. Facebook Marketplace takes a little bit to generate the label. I paid $3.78 for this just at a regular thrift store. I'm going to have to add in the shipping cost and then buy the label. That's the way things work on Facebook Marketplace. Going to Iowa. So she paid with shipping $36.60. $7.60 is how much the label was. And my marketplace fees $3.86. Nice. And so my profit was $21.36. This next one is another Facebook Marketplace order. It's a pair of shoes I got for free from my sister from Maurice's. Not a big brand, but they were new and they're a cute little sneaker. So I knew they would sell. I'm going to put them in this plastic sleeve. And these are Maurice's size 8 sneakers, Super Cush Mariah slip-on shoes. I think I put white. Canvas would be a good summer canvas, classic, preppy, beachy, coastal, because they're white. Any of those, really. Sold for $16. Let me generate the label. And I will fill this up with some filler padding. I like to find stuff to reuse when I can. Here, I think I'm going to use this Amazon one. Put a few of these on top. That's loud. Sorry, guys. I've been told by lots of viewers, we like the shipping. We like to see it. We want the noise. What I have decided to do is just leave it all in. But if anything's really loud, like if it has this decibel, when I'm editing, I will either cut that really loud portion, like the tape noise, or I will lower the volume, whichever one seems to make more sense. Like if I'm talking during it, I'll just lower the volume. If I'm, gimme. This is going to Utah. I'm going to cover up this flaming battery warning. I'm going to cover up this barcode over here. I've just got these little plain white stickers to use that for. They were my price tags when I had the rack at the vendor mall. So that's what I'm using them for now. Where'd my thing go? Oh, there it is. Okay. So they paid $16 plus shipping, which is $25.81. Is that right? $25.81. And cost of goods was $0 because I got them for free from my sister. My label was $9.81. And my fees, $2.70. And I made $13.30. Thank you, sis. My sister was supposed to go on this cruise with me. She is not doing so well right now. She does have cancer, and her blood counts aren't good, so she's got to stay quarantined away from everyone so she does not get sick, because it will cause some serious sickness. And it's just part of her reality these days. $13.30. So unfortunately, we couldn't reschedule until my aunt went to her place, and I had a great time, but I just feel terrible that she couldn't go. Okay, so that one is ready and shipped. What do we got next? We're gonna do these Picolinos. Good brand of shoes to pick up. This particular style took a little longer than some of my others to sell. I thought they were so adorable. Yellow leather sandals with an adjustable. I love adjustable, like Velcro. Hook and loop is what you want to say online. And they were in really great condition. These just look like flowers on the toes, right? Like sunflowers. So I'm going to wrap them up individually, I think, because I've got this weird shaped box I want to use. So I think I need to put them in there kind of not side by side. Sometimes I have these that I don't end up closing. I just have these extra ones, and I'll lay them around to either use for packing material or to put things like this in. There we go. Weird shape box. I don't know. I gotta, this is a 15 by 6 by 3. Let's see what eBay says about that size. It's going to Illinois. Picolinos. I didn't show you inside, but I'll put pictures up of the brand. I had them listed for $49. I'm pretty sure I accepted a lower offer. What did I do? I accepted $33 plus shipping. So we're gonna weigh it. What did I say? 15 by 6 by 3. Yeah. And it's 1 pound, 3 ounces, not 6 pounds. Why did that change? 15 by 6 by 3. Okay. It didn't hurt the shipping cost. $8.13 for the shipping cost. I paid $4.91 just in a local thrift store. Where did that tape come up? I don't know why I'm using these little ones. I want a big one. So the cost with shipping was $41.61, and I did have this promoted as well. It seems like everything sold promoted this time on eBay. Yep, every single thing. Every single thing. I guess I could be lucky to even had sales while I was gone. $10.97. Add some fees. $10.97 for my cost of fees. So my profit was $17.60. I would still pick those up again. They took a little bit to sell though. 6 months. Yeah, 6 months to sell. I still would have picked them up again. because of the brand, and I just thought they were adorable. Adorable. I made a good profit on them. Probably had them listed too high for a while. Okay, we have 3 more clothing items, and then we can talk about the really big package down here that I've already got packed up. I had to pre-package that thing so I could figure out what the shipping would be exactly. What is this? All right, let's put that aside. I don't know what that is. That doesn't look right. I think I'm going to have to take that. No? Okay, that's probably right. But I'm going to take it out of the package because it doesn't look like what I think it is. This is an eBay sale. Miss Hook, size medium sleeveless knit tunic top, Kelly green. Miss Hook is a really expensive brand. I find a lot of vintage Miss Hook. This, I think, was more modern. It's going to Mississippi. It's not necessarily one to pick up. It used to sell a little bit better for me. I sold this for $9.96 because I learned, hey, it's not going to sell for more. Plus, I had a spot I had to work on. It was a project. I didn't know. I'm not perfect at picking up flawless inventory, that's for sure. And you can almost guarantee that if it's at a thrift store or garage sale, it has a flaw. You just got to find it. You got to find where it is. This one had like a little weird, I don't know, discoloration and a little bitty tiny pull in the knit. Still very good condition. So they're getting a good deal, but I did have to sell it for really low price, and I paid $2.16 for it. That's just the way it goes. We're going to put it in a 8x11 poly mailer if it fits. Nothing fits in these. It weighs 8.2, rounding up to 9. 8x11 by 2. $6.25 for shipping. Oh, I had 2 wonderful massages on this trip, and I spent some time in the hot tub. That was lovely. We had amazing food. There really was some good food. We went MSC, which is one I have not done before. They're like trying to make a new name for themselves. They are a little bit cheaper. Most of the food was really good. There were some misses though. Let's just say don't try to serve barbecue to Texans. Call it Texas barbecue. And then have a dry ass brisket. It was so bad. I couldn't eat it. I couldn't chew it enough. And the sauce was gross. So don't do that. MSC, you're leaving out of Galveston. You can be guaranteed half the ship is Texans. And we know barbecue. And the other half is probably also from the South. And they know barbecue. I don't know who doesn't know barbecue. But we in the South definitely do. So don't try to pull one over on us. The lady, she saw that I didn't eat anything, and she asked me, and she's like, oh, you got the wrong piece. I'm like, this whole piece could not, no. So gross. And then the next night, I had the most amazing ribeye. I've never had one better. I'm going to put a picture of the meat because it was that good. And I've been Googling on how to cook meat like this. It requires brining and searing and baking and resting and all this stuff. But if I could make it myself like that, I would eat that every day. I mean, I wouldn't because ribeye is expensive, but I would want to. I don't need to eat 10 ounces of ribeye by myself, that's for sure. Okay, this is the one I'm going to look up and see. Is this what I think it is? Goddess Gear, size medium, sleeveless top, organic linen. I mean, that's what it looks like. But I just want to open it up because, yeah, it's a really nice linen. Goddess Gear linen. What else? Okay. All right. Should have trusted myself, but for some reason it wasn't looking like linen in the bag. And now, of course, I'm like, yes, it looks exactly like linen. Sold for $20 plus shipping on eBay. And now that I tore that open, I need another little baggie. Sometimes I get these, like sometimes Amazon just ships things in these kind of bags. Here's one that had socks in it. I'm going to put it in there. It's got a little zip top. I'm putting it in there. And then I'm putting it in an 8x11. I need to find the plug for my scale because I keep having to turn it on. It's battery operated, but if I had the plug, I wouldn't have to keep turning it back on. Weighs 5.1, rounding that up to 6. Apologies for the yawn. I'm human. And the shipping will be $6.56. Going to Oregon. Also promoted. With shipping, they paid $26.56. I gotta think a little bit and add up these fees. Or use a calculator. That's what I'm gonna do. Hungry brain does not want to add. $6.52 for fees. Did I already say that? I feel like I did, but I don't remember adding them. So, oh, the shipping was $6.56. So it was very similar. Ay, ay, ay. I messed up and put that in the wrong thing in VENDOO, so I'll have to go fix that. Oh. Let's see. $6.56, $6.52, right? $2.71 is what I paid for this shirt. And it took a while to sell. I listed it back in August. I mean, I would expect it to sell in a warmer month, but maybe I listed it too late in this season. $10.77. Goddess Gear, I think, is a good brand. You know, my shirt looked pretty wrinkled in this picture. Did I steam it? I don't know. Maybe I didn't. It could have looked better. Could have looked better. One more before the biggie big. It's a pair of jeans. It is a pair of Abercrombie and Fitch size 33/16, so a larger size jeans. Ultra high waist, I'm guessing is what it says. Let's see, ultra high. Rise, 90s straight leg green. So these took a little longer because of the color, I'm pretty sure. And I listed them also back in August. I had them listed for $22. I paid $3.89. They sold for, well, I had them listed for $23. I don't know, but they sold for $22 is what they sold for, plus shipping. And promoted. $30.13 is the price with shipping. My fees, $7.80. 90, oh, calculator brain. Calculator brain. I need a calculator brain and I don't have one. $7.91. Let's figure up the shipping. We're going to put it in a 12x16 eBay poly mailer. I didn't have any Depop sales while I was gone. Or any Etsy sales. Yeah. Weighs 1 pound, almost 2 pounds. So we're going to just say 2 pounds even for this pair of jeans. Going to Illinois. And shipping is $8.61. $9.72. So all my profits were just meh for the most part, with exception of like one thing there. But this next one is going to be excellent. Hold on for the last one. If you made it this far, or you learned anything or anything, give me a thumbs up, please. I would love it. It would be fantastic. Here goes my doggy going on a walk. Seems like a really nice day outside. I'm going to try to pick this one up. Jesus. It's not, I mean, it's heavy, but it's more cumbersome than anything. Okay? This big old box has 2 vintage brass deer that I got from my aunt. And I was thinking about keeping, but my husband was like, eh. So we're keeping some brass storks. I think they're storks. Really big ones, like, you know, they would require a bigger box than this. We're keeping those. They were my grandmother's. And I loved playing with them like they were toys. Much to her dismay. She'd be like, they're not toys. I'm like, well, I'm not going to hurt them. I don't know. But I always really liked them. And they're back in style of the mid-century modern. Not that my house is all that stylish. I never really followed the farmhouse trend. I just liked what I loved. Oh my gosh. This box just tore up my, oh my gosh. My drawers have fallen down. And, oh my goodness. Okay, I put too much weight on this drawer. All right, I'll have to fix that later. Got a mess down there. So, I've got, let me get this printed. Oh my gosh. No, that's not the right label. It's not even the right label. Not at all. Okay. Let me tell you what I paid. $0. I paid $0. But I made, I sold these for $200 plus shipping. Oh goodness. I had them listed for more, like maybe $250, $280 something. And this person asked me if I could come down on the price, and we agreed on $200. She was okay with me not being able to ship for a week as well. Brass. Nope, I gotta search for it. The brass deer. Large vintage brass deer. Set of 2 doe, fawn, mother, baby, MCM, Hollywood Regency. You guys know that really well-known, the nurse flipper. What is her name? I don't know. Anyway, she has these listed as well. The same ones, but she had them listed separate, and she had them listed for twice the amount. I had both of them. But then she was sending 50% off offers. I don't know. I can't wait to see what she makes in the end. When I was looking at solds, I was not finding that anything was really selling for as much as people were having them listed. So I listed mine for $250 and then settled on $200. I even asked my aunt, I was like, are you going to be okay if I take $200? She's like, I don't care. I've loved them, but I put them out. She had just put them outside when I took them. So they would have gotten kind of jacked up being outside. So we're going to mark as sold on Facebook Marketplace. That's where I sold them. And I think that was a good way to sell them, because let me tell you, shipping was not that bad for them, I don't think. Let's see. $22. Really not bad for that huge box that weighs, I don't even remember how much. So $222. And then I'm going to put $22 for the shipping expenses. And then my fees, I knew my fees would be lower, $24.12, but you know, they would have been much higher on any other platform. So I think that's great. I think that was a great place to sell this. Where did my thing go? 222. 24.12, 22. So my profit's going to be excellent. And I hope that they are so well packaged. I'm going to show you some pictures. I didn't know how to package these things. And I'm wrapping their ears, and I'm wrapping their legs, and then I'm stuffing the spaces, and then I'm wrapping that, and I'm wrapping this, and then I'm fitting them in there, you know. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. They sold really quickly, like within a week or 2 weeks. We'll say 2 weeks. And I made $175.88. Thank you, Leanna. She's amazing. She's like not buying things anymore, but I'm like, I need her to be a sourcer for me, because she loves to go to garage sales and thrift stores, and she's really got a good eye. So I need to say, if you get anything for $5 or less, and you think it's really good, like condition is spot on, you know, it's embroidered, or it's silk, or it's wool, or it's whatever, you know, go ahead and get it for me. The cheaper the better. And then with decor, maybe say, you know, just yeah, send me pictures while you're out, and I'll say yay or nay on whether to get it for me, and I'll come get it when I'm in Texas, because I'll be coming down here a lot after I move. I'm going to put right here how much I made total while I was gone. This really helped. I did not hit my goal while I was gone. Well, a vacation goal, I did not set one, but my daily goal is to make $60 of profit or more a day. And I mean, I certainly didn't do that while it was gone, but I wasn't listing, I wasn't relisting, I wasn't really sending big offers or anything. I didn't have a sale going. I just put it on vacation mode and let it ride. So today is a post office holiday, so this will go out tomorrow. You get these in a bag. This one's going to take up an entire IKEA bag. You guys, thank you for watching, and just keep listing. Oh, I almost made the biggest mistake, y'all. I put that label that I printed twice for another item on there. Someone was going to get, the person who ordered the jeans was going to get these deer. And the lady who lives in Arkansas was not. Oh my gosh. Thankfully I saw that. Oh my gosh. That would have been terrible.